Hey guys, so it's Bev G Star here, and today we're going to be making some macrame plant hangers. I'm a little bit earlier than scheduled, but I just want to crack on and get things done today. So like I said, my name is Bev G Star. If you can introduce yourself in the comments, that'd be fantastic. Why don't you tell me where you are, maybe that before that you've made a macrame plant hanger. I'd love to see some pictures. So I'm not going to hang about today. Watching my last videos, I realised I talk too much. So let's go. So you will need today some string, some wool or some rope. It doesn't matter if you've only got thin wool, it still works. So previously I've cut some macrame, well, I've cut some wool actually. If you can see today, I'm using this thick wool to make a macrame plant hanger. You can see behind me some of the stuff that I've made doing macrame before. It's not my biggest talent, however this way I've been, this week I've been practicing just for this demo, so my Facebook has been absolutely flooded with macrame. Let me show you the first one we're going to be making today. This one is actually made with thin wool, and as you can see, it's very simple. This is a very simple knot. We're going to be doing this one first. In the second part of the session today, we're going to be learning some new knots. So I've actually cut 4 pieces of wool into 2 metre. I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to roughly make the ends meet. Now, like I said, this first plant hanger that we're going to be making today is very simple. It's just a basic knot. It's later on in the session that I'm going to be introducing some more knots. Today we're going to be doing the square knot. This is just a simple knot. So what we want to do is cut 4 pieces of wool or string, 2 metres. I want you to level up the ends very quickly, and then I want you to twist the wool, and then I want you to pull it through just like so. Now once you've done that, get yourself a hanger, hang it on, neaten your knot up. Ta-da! That is your first part done. Okay, what I want you to do then is I want you to separate your pieces of wool. You will now have 8. So our plant hanger has got arms. That's what I'm going to refer to them today. Each of our arms are made out of two pieces of wool. Now, okay, so what I'm going to do is these first 2, I'm going to come down, say about 3 inches, and I'm going to make a really simple, easy knot. Just by twisting the wool, bringing it through, and pulling it down. Okay, here we go again. I'm going to do the next 2 pieces of wool. I'm going to get 2 pieces of wool. I'm going to roughly try and get the knot at the same length here. So twist and pull that wool right down and get that done. Okay, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do it all the way around. So 2 pieces of wool, sections out into a knot, pull it down, pull it up, just try and get it level. Okay, and again I'm going to go this last arm. Okay, now that is the first part of a simple knot plant hanger. Okay, as you can see, my 8 pieces of wool divided into 2. I've got 1 knot, 2 knots, 3 knots, 4. Okay, this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky, even if you're just using the basic knots. What we need to do is create some diamond shapes, and we need to attach this one of the arms to another arm. So I'm going to drop a piece of wool from each one, and I'm going to pick up a piece of wool from each one. I'm going to do exactly what we did here with a very simple knot. I wonder if you can make sure you see me. Okay, can you see? Right, so we're just going to loop, twist, pull through. Okay, I'm going to do that again. I've come down about maybe 2 inches on these. Okay, so I'm going to grab 1 piece of wool from the one that I've just knotted, and 1 piece of wool from the next arm that I haven't even touched yet. Okay, so down, I'm going to roughly work it out to be the same height. Okay, now I'm going to do that all the way around. So I'm going to twist it over just so I can see. I'm going to take a piece of wool from the first knot that I made and a piece of wool from the second knot I've made. I'm going to join them together, and I'm going to just slip, I don't know what it's called, a slip knot, a basic knot, who knows. Can you see that? and then I'm going to come this side and I'm going to do exactly the same again. Okay, so fold over, pull through, and there we go. We have the knots. Now you can start seeing this will start to create diamond shapes. We want that, and that's where we're going to be putting our plant pot through. So we're going to do that again. We're going to do it lower, and we're going to do exactly what we did before. We're going to take a piece of wool from each side of our arms. Okay, so I'm going to come down and I'm going to do about another, say, 2 inches, pull through. Okay, you can see I've got another triangle. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take a piece of wool, as you can see, a piece of wool from each. I'm going to make a quick knot, like so. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to turn it just so I can get the gauge and you can see. Very good slip knot. So again, very shortly in the second half, after I've made this first easy simple plant hanger, we're going to be making a more of a detailed macrame. We're going to be learning a half square knot and a square knot. Okay, so these are my last 2 pieces. You can see that's roughly what it should look like. Now if you're cool enough and if you've got some beads, you can actually thread the beads on any of this point now. But today I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible so we can get going, because these shouldn't take very long. Okay, so as you can see, okay, now roughly this is going to be where we want to start thread my pot through. So I want to make sure this is the pot that I'm using today. I'm just going to pop it through to get a rough idea of where my next knot should be. So really, I want to kind of not leave it too late, but put one in about another, maybe an inch down. Okay, so take your pot back out. Just wondering if it's too. Okay, so piece of string from each of your arms, pop them together, and like I said, on this is going to be where my pot sat. So I'm gonna do a knot about an inch down rather than the 2 inches. Okay, very, very simple this one, very, very easy. You can see that there. Okay, here we go again. A piece of string from each of the arms of the wool, from each side. I want to get these quite rough, quite the same length. Okay, again, moving the wool round. I'm going to go again. I'm going to get a piece of each of the arms, the wool. I'm going to pull them through. I'm going to make sure that knot sits roughly the same length. I'm using a old coat hanger rack thing to just do my macrames with. Okay, so last one, very simple pull through knots. Ta-da! Okay, that's pretty much the basis of the standard easy go macrame. I'm just going to put my pot through these diamond shapes, slip it right down, make sure that they're all covered, and can you see that? I've got kind of these diamond shapes. Now these diamond shapes are going to be what holds it into place, and again we're using 4 arms and just a simple knot. Okay, so once you know roughly where you want your pot sat, just do exactly the simple knot that we've been doing all the way around, but by pulling all the string pieces through. Hey guys, hey to these people just joining me. Today we're going to be making a few macrame plant hangers. Do easy versions, and then we're going to do a harder version. I'm going to teach you guys how to do a square knot and a half square knot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for my first trick, I believe that is a basic, more than basic, easy knot macrame plant hanger. Thanks for everyone that's watching and joining me. Okay, so now you can pop your plant in, you can do as you please. That is it, with wool. Now I want to show you, this is quite thick wool, but I want to show you one I made earlier. Here's one I made earlier with thin wool, just so you can understand that it can be done. So those you guys are limited for resources, here it is. you know that it can work. Okay, again, that is just the thinnest wool I could find around the house, just in case you guys have only got that kind of wool. Okay, so one plant hanger down, not bad. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys a quick couple of knots first. So this, my lovely friends, is looks like DNA, or I don't know what you call it. But it's half knot. It's half square knot done repeatedly over and over again. Okay. Now I've used these, and I'll be using these in the next plant hanger that we're going to be making. But I just want to show you the basic half knot. So if I just grab my trusty easel, let's see if it stays. Great. Okay, so it's really wonky in the picture. I'll do my best to straighten it up. Okay, so here I've used 2 meters of rope. I folded them over and I've done a lark head's knot. Just in case you don't know what a lark's head knot is, I'm going to quickly show you. Or maybe I'm not, because I hadn't planned to show you. So a lark's head knot is getting piece of wool and pulling, okay, piece of string or wool and pulling the other pieces of wool through. I don't think I did it justice, but this is a lark's head knot, and we're going to be showing you a half square knot. So a little bit tricky at first, but once you get used to it, it gets really easy. So 4 strands, okay? You'll need 4 strands. So I've used 2 pieces of 2 meter lark's head knot. I'm going to drop these 2 because they're the base knot, so we're not going to be working a string that we're going to be working with. We're going to be working these 2 on the outside here. I'm going to get the first one and I'm going to cross it over so it kind of produces this 4 shape. And I'm going to get this outside rope and I'm going to put it over, so the 2 standing ones are under. This one's over, and I'm going to thread it up behind and through. And this is roughly what it's going to look like, and then you're going to pull it, and you're going to pull it up. Now that's a half square knot. That is half of the square knot that we're going to be working with later. But if we keep doing that, so over, like a 4, then this one over, then under and through. Okay, these 2 pieces of rope here are not going to move, they're just going to be what's the base of it. Okay, so we're going to do that again. Cross, over, under, here we go again. We're going to keep doing this. I'm going to do this about 3 or 4 more times, just kind of so you guys get an idea of how and the results of what you're going to get. So your outside working ropes, your steel ropes. You're going to get the outside one, you're going to cross it over and you're going to have this 4. Then you're going to bring this one over, and then you're going to bring it under and behind the 2 stagnant or steel ropes. You're going to pull it through, and then you're going to pull the outside. Okay, so this is a half square knot. Across, over, under all of the 2 stay still ropes. Okay, so there's your 4, there's your under. Okay, now that, as you can see, starts creating, and it will finish in this DNA effect, this kind of swirl that you've got going here. If you carry on doing that the whole time, that's what you're going to end up. And this is the half square knot that we're going to be using in the next plant hanger that we make today. So I'm now going to teach you how to do a full square knot. So this is the half square knot, this is the full square knot. So I'm just going to move this little macrame here. Macrame, however you want to say it. Okay, so here are my 4 pieces of rope. I've done the same. I've cut 2 meters, folded it in half. I'm going to do my half square knot, which is over into the 4 shape, this outside one, over, through and up. I hope I'm not going too fast. Okay, now once you've done that first one, we're going to do exactly what we just done, but we're going to reverse it. So this outside knot is now going to become the 4, the rope. We're going to pop it over, and then we're going to use this outside rope to go under, over, under and through, sorry. And then we're going to pull it up just like so. And again, Now that is a full square knot, and we're going to do it again, and then we're going to do a couple more just so you get the effect of the different kind of knots. So a half square knot and a full square knot. Again, this outside, across the two, we're going to get the fourth rope, we're going to pull it over, we're going to thread it under, and then we're going to thread it through. Then we're going to take the whole thing up, and then we're going to reverse what we just did by starting the 4 on this side. So this becomes my first rope, they go over the second and third, then my fourth rope comes over the remainder of the first, it goes under the 2 and through the hole that we've made. Okay, we're going to do that again. So half square knot, over, under, over, through, and then we're going to do it again, but we're going to reverse it. Okay, so over with the first side as we reversed, and then we're going to go under, over, under, and through. Okay, and there we have the difference. This is a half square that will start to turn, and this will stay flat if you get it right and neat. Okay, so just another example. That is the half square knot. That's what it will be like if you carry on doing it through the whole thing. And this is a full square knot, and that is the shape that you will end up if you do this. Okay, I'm going to pop this out of the way. Okay, so I hope I explained that well enough, because now we're going to start tackling the main plant holder that I want to show you today. It's going to turn out something. Let me just grab this one. This is one I made up with rope, because rope is what I've got left around the house or in the garden. Can you see here I've used a full square knot, a full square knot, another full square knot, and then down to the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to put that aside, and then I'm going to get going to the next one. So I'm going to need my trusty stand. So if you're just joining me, we've already learnt today how to make the most simplest macrame or macrame plant holder. Now we're trying something new. We're using half square knots and square knots to make something a little bit more detailed. So today I have used rope again for this. Okay, I've used a simple curtain ring that I found around my home. It was actually my greenhouse, but I found it and I'm going to use it. So just for measurements, I've got quite a lot here because I want the plant hanger to be really long. So I've got, I used 4 meters in half to make each of these pieces of rope 2 meters. So depending on the math of what you guys want to do, you can work it out. Okay, so I've put all my pieces of rope through to half them. I'm then going to make what you call, I'm not too sure, I can't remember, a wrap knot. Okay, so the wrap knot gives this nice neat effect here. So what you do for this is you one end of your rope against your other pieces. You're going to loop the bottom and you're going to bring it up like that. So you have a loop here and a free piece of rope here. When it comes back up the top, I'm all knotted up now, hang on a second. Hang on, here we go. So you're going to pop your piece of rope onto your arms of your macrame that you're going to make very shortly. You're then going to fold it in half, so you have a loop here and a top piece. Then you're going to get this little bit, and you're going to start at the top by wrapping it round, just like so. Okay, you're going to wrap. I've used about, I think about 2 foot here. Just going to wrap it all around, and can you see it's holding all those knots in for me really neatly? And when you get further down, what you can do, when you get to the end and you get to that little bit that you have looped here, I wonder if it's focusing okay, you're going to pop that last bit through, pull it down, and then this bit here, this is the magic part, you're going to pull that, and it should pull that loop underneath your rope or your string or your wool and give you this really clear finish. Okay, then you can cut off these bits that you don't want, and I'm going to do that now. Some people leave it till last, but for today's demo I'm just going to get it cut off. Okay, I really hope that I'm doing my best to explain this very well. Again, I had a bit of anxiety about hosting a demo for macrame, because even though I've been absolutely covering my Facebook profile in macrame this week, it was just practicing for this. So here we go. There is our wool, there is our rope, there is our string, whatever. We'll tidy some of this up. Now, what you need to do is you need to separate your rope into 4, okay? So 4 pieces, string or rope. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. So this macrame is going to have 3 arms to it. 2 seconds, I'm just knotting myself up somewhere. Okay, so we're going to start, and we're going to start by using the knot I showed you earlier. So it's going to be in reverse for you guys, and again I'm just going to tidy this up just so I don't embarrass you. Right, so here we go. That is the start. We've done our wrap knots, we folded our fabric or our rope through, and we're going to do our half square knot, and we're going to probably do it about 13 times. So if you're only just joining me, I've just taught everybody to do the half square knot, so just reverse the video or rewind the video a little bit and you'll get to see it. So it's in reverse, okay, so I'm going to cross, and then I'm going to go under, and then I'm going to pull through. And I'm going to want to stop this knot at about maybe 1.5 to 2 inches, and making sure you guys can see again. So I'm going to reverse what I've just done, because, oh no I'm not, I'm going to carry on doing that. So this is a half square knot, sorry about that. So cross it over, push it under and pull it through. Now you're going to want to do this as many times, I don't know, depending on your length of your rope or your string that you're using. I'm actually going to do this 13 times because here's one I made earlier, which I'll show you very shortly. It just worked for my maths. So half knot, pull it over, pull it under, pull it through. Okay. Over, under, through. You can see you get this cool little shape that you can just tighten up. So cross it over, pull the 4th one under, over and through. This is the half knot again, so and you can already see it's starting to curve. It's very close to the shape of DNA, I would say. I can't remember what it's like, a spiral effect. Okay, keep going with that as far as you can. You can do this with thin wool. I tried it earlier. It's not as effective, but if thin wool is all you've got, I would suggest you just do it. Okay. Keep going. Okay, so when you've done that one, you can pop it aside, and then what you want to do is take the other 4 pieces with your second arm and do exactly the same. Okay, so I've got my 4 pieces. I'm going to leave the 2 centre because they're my, they're just there, and I've got my working pieces of rope. So I'm going to cross it over, I'm going to pop this one over, under and through. I'm going to stop the knot till it gets about, well, the same depth and height as the other one, okay? So I'm going to cross it over, I'm going to pop my 4th one over, under and then through. Okay, and you're going to continue to do that for as long as you feel like your design. Now, the working pieces of rope are going to get short a lot quicker, whereas these 2 pieces of rope that we're not using are going to stay really long. That is okay, because in a bit we're going to do something. We're going to start doing a square knot that crosses over. Now, I'm not going to do the whole lot for you, but once you've done this arm, and once you've done this arm, you can then start this arm. Okay, so I'll just show you again. Half square knot, over the 2, 4th one over that, under and through. And again, I'll bring it up, and that's what you have. Over, under, through, and keep saying that. Okay, so there's your start of your 3 arms, and they'll look eventually all like this. Can you see? Pretty neat and pretty cool. okay? But I'm not going to bore you with doing that all the way. I'm going to show you one that I've already started this morning. Here's one I made earlier. So as you can see, I've done this about 13 times. It really doesn't matter how far you do it or how long, you can do it down the whole arm, it really is okay. But I wanted to show you and how to incorporate the diamond effect that helps us hold our plant. Okay, so I was really nervous about doing the macrame, so bear with me if I lose my words. Okay, so what we're going to do then, we're going to start making the cross connections. We're going to make our arms cross to hold, to start being able to make the shape that will start holding our pot eventually. Now, what you need to do at this point is to make sure that wherever you start joining the two arms, you can fit your pot through. And I'm going to give you an example of what I mean now. So this pot is quite big. If I was to do my knots, my next arm connectors, it's going to be too close and I'm not going to be able to put my pot through. So what I'm going to do is thread my pot through now just to see that I can fit it through. And with my estimations, I've probably got about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 inches to work with. So when I start my connection of my two arms, I know that I need to leave 4 inches space to get my pot through. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take from the half square knot arms, we're going to take 2 pieces of each side. Okay, so we're going to take 2 from that one, 2 off that one. I'm going to leave the 4 centimetres, no, hang on. I'm going to leave the 4 centimetres so I can get my pot through. And then I'm going to start a square knot. I'm just going to use this little clip to hold the rope together so you guys, it's easier for you guys to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's my 4 strings. I've got the 2 shorter pieces from my working string from my last knots, and I've got these 2 longer pieces of wool, rope or string that are now becoming my working knots. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to make a full square knot. I showed you earlier how to do it. If you've just joined me now, when I finish the video, rewind it a little bit and you'll see. But I'm really going to do my best to talk through it over and over again. So I'm going to make a square knot. To do so, I'm going to make a 4. I'm going to bring that 4th rope over, and then I'm going to put it under, and then I'm going to pull it through. And then I'm just going to work it up a little bit. Just want to make sure you guys can see enough. Just going to pull it through enough. And then I'm going to do the same bit in reverse, okay? So I pull my string across, I put my 4th string over, and then I'm going to put it under the 2, and then I'm going to pull it through that first one that we made, okay? That is a full square knot, but I'm going to do 2 full square knots, okay? So I'm going to do the whole process again. Thank you for bearing with me. Here we go. 1st string over, 4th string over the 1st, under the 2nd and 3rd. Through the loop and then pulled up, okay? Here we go again. In reverse, the 1st string, or the 4th, under, over, sorry, and I'm going to bring the 4th over, under, through, and then I'm going to work it through. Okay, and if I take that off, you will see that now these 2 arms are connected by this square knot. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and I can still have enough room to put my pot through, but it is not done yet. I need to make sure that these are connected again. I already took the liberty of actually doing the other arms earlier, so now all my arms are connected by 1 square knot, maybe 4 centimetres down. Okay, so I might have to move backwards for this again a little bit. I didn't estimate how long I had. Okay, so I'm going to knot these again. So I want these 2 arms now to come together with a square knot. Okay, so I'm going to do it about 2 centimetres down. I'm going to take 2 pieces of rope from this side, 2 pieces of rope from this side. I've got my shorter strings in the middle, or my 2 strings in the middle, and then my other strings from the outside. I'm going to loop them together in a knot. Okay, I'm going to use another square knot. So put it across, pull it under, and pull that outside through. Okay, and then I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to make a knot. I really hope you can see. I'm doing my best not to look at the screen and just tap along with the jobs that I got to do. And I'm trying also not to make it as lengthy as I did before. I watched my other videos back and I was just like, geez Bev, what are you talking about? Trash. Talk about something else. Okay, so again I'm going to do a square knot. So I've just done one square knot, but I'm going to do two for effect and for strength. So cross it over, pull it under, up and through. Okay, so that's that arm joined. Now I need to join the other arms together. So I just twist it slightly. I have 2 strings left from that side, and I'm going to take 2 strings from that, and I'm just going to put my thing back up because it just fell. Can you still see? Who knows? No, you can't. Okay, so about 2 centimetres down. Maybe I shouldn't have done it with such a long rope, who knows? But I needed to make a long one anyway. So make yourself another square knot. Over, under, through. Over, under, through. And again, reverse, over, under, through. This is a square knot, not a half square knot. It's going to be flat rather than spiral. And again, I'm going to do 2 knots. I want to say it really is this simple, but I don't know if I'm making it sound or look that simple. So I'm going to reverse, make a square knot, put it through, and there is my 2 square knots. So now I have this kind of shape going on. I have a diamond here, and I'm going to go and just do these last 2 pieces. I know which they are. It's the 2 arms left from here. I'm going to move this around. It might be easier to do this on a wall rather than having it wobbling on a clothes hanger, who knows. Okay, so I've got 4 pieces of rope. I'll do about that high. I'm going to cross it over, pull that 4th one round, up and through. I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to do it opposite to make my full square knot. Okay, and again I'm going to do my 2nd square knot. What I'll do is I'll watch back this video later and I'll be like, Bev, you could have made that sound a lot easier. What are you doing? Music by Buddha Bar, by the way. Big shout out to those guys. So let me just show you what we have so far. So I have my half square knot all the way down on 3 arms of my plant hanger. I then have that leading down to join them with square knots here. And then I've also done another square knot. Now, I'm not going to waste any time today. What I really want to do is get that pot in and see how far it's going to go. I'm just worried that I've done it so long that you're not going to be able to see it. Okay, but who knows? Okay, so at this point you'll need your pot just to kind of see where it leads. Put it through the gap that you made earlier for it. Oh no, it's way too low. And as you can see, you'll start seeing a pot being able to go into there. Great, that's enough for me. So this is roughly where I'm going to want my knot to be to finish it off, and we're going to do that now. You have a choice. You can do the loop knot with all of the strings that you have left over, or you can go back and you can do that wrap knot. I'm going to choose to do the wrap knot because I like the effect of it. So I will need some string. I will need about 2 foot maybe. I'll just take it off this one over here. Sorry, I didn't plan to do this bit. Okay, so can you see? No, you can't. So this is where my pot's roughly going to sit. Like I said, the wrap knot, I'm going to bring my string up here. I'm going to fold it over to create this loop at the bottom. I'm then going to start pulling the rope all the way around. Maybe I shouldn't have done it with rope. Maybe I should have chosen some nicer stuff to do it with. But you've got to work with what you got, right? The art is in the doing, as I say every time I do a video. Okay, then I want you to see that last piece of string. I want you to pop it through that loop that you've just made, and then you can pull the top, and there you have a loop knot. You can cut that off, tidy it up, but here's the points. Proof's in the pudding, guys. I'm going to fill this pot in and show you what we've made. And here we go. There's macrame plant pot holder using rope. It's quite long, so I'm a little bit embarrassed. Maybe I'll take some photos later and put them up. Who knows? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that is it today. Let me just show you, for just joining you now, just joining me. I weren't here for the beginning. This is the one we made, the easiest one we made earlier, just a simple knot. So if you didn't get to see that because you're just joining me, go back, watch the video, let me know. Oh, and one thing else I wanted to do to make it all pretty is just wrap some lights around it. Ta-da! Again, it's always neater when I'm not teaching people live how to do it because anything could go wrong. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, please, if you make one or have made one, post them on the video. It would be lovely to see. I believe that is all for now. Ta-da! Thank you very much. What do we say every time? How do we turn it off? Peace.